Hello and welcome to my final project video for Computer Science 101. My name is Trevor Windsor. I am the sole creator, producer, video editor, and scriptwriter for this project. So a little intro to what this project was and what I hope to achieve with it. I wanted to create a small playlist of introductory videos that mostly just get you engaged with various topics. So I found that as a programmer, when I was first starting out, I didn't really know what to look for. And so I ended up not really knowing what to do. So instead, I wanted to create a way for people to discover new platforms and new ways to learn that sort of gave you a direction. So that was the purpose for this project. And the first steps that I had were to create little scripts. So my first video was on processing. I came up with a little description for it and showed the steps on how to install and start your first project, as well as where to learn more. And so I did have to do a little bit of research, not much because I was already familiar with processing, but I found that it was very useful for me to refine my ability to research these sorts of things, as well as looking into new things that I didn't think about that I had to learn. So with processing, I wrote this script, and then I went on to the second platform, which was Coding Bat. There you can learn Java and Python, where it teaches you very beginner functions, as well as important topics that you'll need for basically the fundamentals of programming. As well as the next step from that was LeetCode, in which you'll start developing more understanding of time complexity, as well as just how to handle various problems and just getting better at coding in general so that you can actually get a job. And so I was very basic in my introduction to this because I myself am not a LeetCode pro, but I think the entire purpose of this project was to just get people into the door for them to do the learning. So then from there, I showed the platform GitHub, which is an open source, I would say it's open source. It is a open source project for people to create their projects. So many companies use this. It's used by most developers, and it's very useful for saving your projects. And I got into it very early on in my development journey, but I think it's important for people to know it exists. And so I created a video for it as well, just showcasing some very basic features and explaining, of course, that I am not the only resource. I am simply a guide. Then we have Visual Studio Code, a editing software for coding, as well as being able to I guess that's about all I would describe it as, but it is a very useful tool that I use today, and I think it's useful for all programmers. So even though I didn't use it when I was first starting out, I think other people should, because it's a very easy thing to learn and it's very important to learn. After that, I went on to a website that I used to use called Code Academy, in which it teaches you various languages with very beginner courses. It has lots of resources, as well as there is a paid portion to it, but there are free sections to it as well. So those were the topics that I covered, and these are the videos that I made, one for each of the topics. And as you might notice, I did create two today, and one of them being the introduction of programming processing section. And that's because I realized I had a big hiccup in the way that I had recorded the initial video. So I had to re-record the video. And through doing it, I actually created a better video. So I think part of the project was learning that. And so I would say overall, this project has been very useful, and I think it will benefit others. You can see here, I didn't notice this, but there is a comment on this video. So if we go and see this, we see, "Thanks, Trevor. I've always been so confused on the principles of Git until now. It's good to have one of these for LinkedIn and other career work." So of course, this person, they seem to have enjoyed my video and are thankful for the actual tutorial. And like, that's just proof that it's working. So I'm glad that that's the case. There's not many views. Perhaps part of my project going forward is to share this on social media just for others to learn about it. But otherwise, that's my project, and that's what I've worked on. So thank you for listening. If this doesn't meet the time constraints, I'm sorry. There isn't much to talk about. I think I talked about all that I did in pretty good depth, and I hope you enjoy. Bye.